Collecting dreams from bits and bytes. Microsoft Magic, it's out of sight.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Another cap4copilot, Copilot Adoption Practices with your host, Ricardo Wilkins, your resident Copilot geek. Glad that you're here and you've joined us for yet another session. If you're here to just geek out on Copilot, learn some things about AI in general and specifically Microsoft Copilot. And if you have been paying attention, you will know that today's episode is entitled Puppy Power Prompts. And it's entitled that because in the Wilkins household, we have got a new, we got a new member of the family. So let me see if I can introduce him live. This is probably not a good idea. Come here. Of course, he want to be shy. Yeah, here we go. Oh, so this is Milo. Milo, say hi to everybody. And he is a Bernedoodle, as you can see, and 11 weeks old and new to the fam. So just introducing you to all the world. And we're going to be talking about you today. All right. So say bye-bye, everybody. I know. Okay. All right. So that's Milo. And because of him, I had to use Copilot for a few things that I thought was kind of interesting and I thought I'd share with you. So in fact, let me go back to this guy. And wanted to show a few things that I've been doing. Let me make this bigger here. And I'll just come in here and do it by some screenshots for a quick second. So I guess let me start off with this guy. So, this is Copilot. And in fact, I don't know if we've talked about it since it got a refresh here, but you can see things that used to be on the right are now on the left. And, but what we still have is, ability to use agents and including create an agent. I think we've talked about this before, where you can come in here and in a few minutes, really, you can describe what kind of agent you want. You can configure it in terms of telling it where to get its knowledge from and all these kind of things. That's more of a conversation for a different time. And then you can try out your agent. And then once you're done, you've got an agent that'll be over here on the side. Now, in my case, I created so I use Office M365 at home with my O365 account, and I created. So what I do is when I get mail, I scan it. I do not have a stack of paper mail in my house. I have a virtual stack of mail in my computer. So that's something I've been doing for years. Well, now with agents, I also figured, why don't I make an agent to help me answer mail specific questions? Because I know the agent and Copilot can read the documents, can reason over them, things like that. So without going too much into that, let me bring this guy up. So I do have this, what I call home mail agent that I talk to right there from Copilot. And so, of course, as we brought Milo in, from the breeder, there's documents that we need or that we had, including veterinary documents and all those kind of things. If you're a puppy owner, you know all about that. So those documents, of course, got scanned right away on my end and put into the system. And that system is something that this agent that I built in a couple minutes can read, and it's focused specifically to my mail, not all the other documents that I have, in my system. So, one of the things I did is I did not really remember the exact date of the dog, and so I asked it, how old is Liam? Now, the dog's name is Milo. It was originally named Liam. We'll come back to that in a sec. But I asked, how old is Liam, the puppy? And it told me straight away that he was born on March 26th. And so he's 2.5 months old. Now, what I like about this is, okay, there's years worth of mail and documents that this agent is privy to. I did not have to be very specific about telling it where to look for this. I just asked about what could be considered a random puppy named Liam, right? But it found the documents that it needed. In fact, you can see that's referenced in a PDF, which is one of the pieces of mail I scanned. And it is one of the kind of veterinary documents there. And on that is, in little letters is a birth date. So of course it sees Liam and the birth date. And I mean, it understands that, my question, right? So that's cool. But I think that's just a reminder to all of us about getting into asking questions that understand that, AI can understand our natural language question and can read and can reason and make it's not just a fancy word search, right? It didn't just go find me all the documents that had Liam in it, because there are certainly others. It read them all and decided that document had the answer that I needed, right? I didn't have to say what is the birth date, in order to get that keyword match there, right? So hopefully that is cool. And so in this case, it was a how old is he kind of thing. And I actually asked a follow-up question to say, well, how many weeks is that? And it did the math for me. But this could have been anything related to my mail, and asking any question about anything, whether it's bills, whatever it may be. I'll just ask natural language questions as if I'm asking someone who is in my house in charge of knowing everything about my mail, right? The same way, the same things in the same way and manner I would ask them, I asked that to this agent. So it answered the question for me based on this document, showed me a reference to the document to let me know, where it got that info from, which is cool. So then I asked it in this continuing conversation, are there any health concerns I should know about for Liam? So now we get a combination of the documents, the mail that I've scanned, as well as general web knowledge, right? Because here we're saying, so Liam, based on that document, it saw that Liam is a Bernedoodle. And so it's using general knowledge about Bernedoodles to give me some information about my question, right? But then it's also mixing that with specific information. So it talks about general health concerns here, specific health concerns. It read Liam's health profile, that document there. And so it says that based on that health profile, it shows that his levels are within normal ranges. I mean, I'm basically talking to a vet here at this point. I mean, I don't even know what normal ranges are, but it has read that document and deduced that it's in normal ranges. So that's cool. It's important to monitor any signs of blah, blah, blah. If you have any problems, consult the vet, which it got from the documents that the vet's name was in there as well. So I liked this again as an example of how on the fly the agent mixed general web knowledge with very specific knowledge in a very seamless way, right? I mean, to go from the general health concerns to his specific profile. And you can imagine if maybe one of these health indicators was not in range, I could imagine it going to the web to maybe give me some remediation, right? So that was kind of cool. Now I talked about how I've named the dog Milo. Well, my daughter named the dog Milo, not Liam. So here I told the agent I changed Liam's name to Milo. Got it. From now on, I'll refer to Liam as Milo. And so now when I ask again, when was Milo born? It now knows Liam is Milo and got me the date with that same document. So that was kind of cool. And throughout the rest of this conversation, I'm going to say Milo and all's going to be well. Now, when I started up a new chat with the new chat button up there, fresh chat, that's a new context. It kind of forgets what we've talked about before. This kind of proves it. When was Milo born? It doesn't know Milo. I really don't have any documents scanned that actually say Milo. And so in a brand new conversation, even with access to all those documents, it doesn't know that. Even when I said Milo, I think I said Milo the puppy or something like that, it still doesn't know. So, that doesn't concern me. I mean, it's a brand new conversation. I have not told it who Milo is, and there's no existence of Milo anywhere in the documents that it knows. So that makes sense to me. Now, to this question, though, this concept of wouldn't it be nice if this agent from here on always knew that Liam was Milo and I never have to say that again? I mean, one could argue I should just always go back to this chat in my recent chats and just keep going from here, which I'd likely do for a while, maybe. But there are some personalization and memory features coming to Copilot. Some are out, I think, in the consumer version, and others are in preview. So not to go too deep into that, but just a teaser that this idea of Copilot remembering things about you across your conversations is not far off. Whether or not that will be implemented in such a way that it will forever know Milo, I'm not sure, but it is a thing. And it's coming. It's in, if you're on a targeted release or anything, you might be seeing it today, or if you're using the consumer model, you might be seeing it today. So that's something to keep looking out for. Memory and personal. You can look that up, memory and personalization in Copilot. All right. So that again was just a little introduction to practical use of agents. And in this case, specific to some research I was doing related to Milo. So that's what I got for you today. That's my puppy power prompts for today. Again, more agent specific, but again, related to Copilot. And we will just, he's running around here. Oh, come here. Yeah. So with that, I'll just one more time let Milo have his little moment. So we appreciate him helping us out today with our little prompts. And hopefully that was helpful. Oops, and let me check the chat. Sorry. Okay. Appreciate it. I just saw the chat from you, Mike. Yep. So you saw Milo as well. It's a good deal. But yeah, we will, hopefully that was helpful. A little intro about some personal usage of an agent for home use. It's not always about what we do at work. So there are some personal uses. I use it a lot myself, and hopefully Milo appreciated it too. I think he did. All right. So glad you joined again, and hopefully you join next week, and we will see you next time. Thanks again.